Airstream creator. I'm gonna do a whoops fire. Sorry about that. A fire switch. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Fire start up here. I didn't bring a rest for my camera, unfortunately. I don't have a rest for my camera. One of the things I like to get, tripod to hold it. Why is it doing? Oh, my thumb's. Oh, some of the other gloves in the way. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to stabilize this. I may just shut this down and do another one. I don't know. Or you can put up with me fiddling around here. It's getting late. It's about 4. It's after 4, maybe 5 o'clock. And I'm losing daylight rapidly, and it's not warm, as you can see from the way I'm dressed. And I'll try to stabilize this as best I can. Yeah, if I had a mount for my phone, that would be nice. I don't. Too bad. So sad. Oh, a piece of firewood. There you go. See, improvise, adapt, and overcome. There you go. Let's improvise. Let's throw a monkey wrench into the system. Call that a monkey wrench, okay? That's going to be my phone holder. It would do a good job if it gets down low enough. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. Okay. Next thing you need is what? Fire. I've got a top-lit up-to fire built in there. It may work, it may not, because it's improvised, it's hasty, and it's might or might not work. But I'm going to do it anyway. Sometimes you got to fly by the seat of your pants, If I had some dry paper, that would be nice, but I don't know if I have any. Good paper. Cardboard. Hold on. Okay. Oh. Kind of a grocery bag, it would be nice. Now the thing about this is, oh crap. Sorry about that, Chief. The thing about this stove is it's very long and very narrow. It's 28 inches long by 14 inches deep by 18 inches wide. That's not the sides. So it's kind of hard to get a good top-lit up-dry fire in it, but we're going to try. A wee bit of lighter fluid wouldn't be a bad idea at this point. But plastics have petroleum in them. They're plastic-based, petroleum-based products. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and this paper feels wet, damp from the bottom of the bucket. That ain't gonna work. It's smoldering in my face though. A bit of lighter fluid wouldn't go bad right now. Can't remember where my lighter fluid is. torch would not be a bad idea. Speaking of, there's one sitting here somewhere. Should be. Butane, where you at? Come on, left one in here. Where is it? Oh, man. Flammables. What do we got this flammable? These are combustible. These are not flammable. Get some heat next to each other, you can get a fire going. Which you can see is going to be difficult. Try doing this in the rain. Oh, shoot. That's not good. This didn't fall on my phone. Good reason to put it in front of the phone, not in the back of the phone. I could just put the phone in the jaws of it, huh? That would not be a bad idea. Let's see, feels on that side. The jaws would be a very stable thing for it. There we go. Okay, adjustments. TOTB. Everybody tell me what that stands for. Think outside the box. I'm using the jaws of the wrench as this very stable holder for the phone. I can adjust it somewhat by using the gloves. I got welding gloves underneath to adjust the height. That should give us, it was like that, so I can tighten the jaws down. That'll bring the angle better. It'd be nice to have a phone holder system, wouldn't it? Yep, it would. Be nice to have a lot of things. Okay, so do I have any lighter fluid on me? I don't think I do. I don't really want to use lighter fluid. I'd prefer not to do it. I'd prefer to do it natural. Paraffin. I dreamed about this just 5 minutes ago when I was in bed. Dang it. Wax. Lighter fluid. Oh, we don't use lighter fluid. Fiddly-dee, Millie. I have fat wood, which is great. I love it. But I couldn't put my hands on it right away. I need something that has a willingness to burn freely. Wax would work. I had some wax sitting on my counter over there. I should have brought it. I can see wax here, but I don't know if it burns that good. Leave a little bit of fuel. Where in the world is my butane lighter here? I'm supposed to have one over here. I'm going to stand up. Don't knock the phone over this time now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sitting on my camping stool. I love it, but it's hard to get us off of it sometimes. Okay. Where is the thingy? I got a torch in here. I'm supposed to have a torch in here. And if I don't, I want to know why I don't have it in here. It should be in here. I sees it. I sees it. There's a difference between combustible fuels and flammable fuels. Wood is a combustible. It will burn if you make it burn. It's not a flammable fuel. Right now I'm on a flammable fuel, like butane, propane, you know, something like that. Gasoline, not gasoline. Don't ever use gasoline. My son didn't know what he threw. He was cleaning the chainsaw and I said, don't do that, and he threw it in the stove, and there were 7 jets came out right at his face. Didn't burn him. He was very fortunate. Didn't hurt his face real bad. It just poof. It basically exploded. And 7 beautiful jets. I wish I could have gotten it in slow motion and caught it on film because it was quite fascinating. I said, don't do that right as he threw it in. He had a styrofoam cup. We don't ever put gas in a styrofoam cup either. Not a good idea. Go see how this works. Don't buy these kind of torches. They're crappy. Don't work for it. I should be able to get a good flame off of this, and I can't. I should be able to melt stuff with this, and I can't. It's just barely there. I'm trying to get some of the leaves going. Damp, just because it's damp out. What you want to do with the initial burn is to try to get the smoke going up the vent, not in the house. And this is kind of hard to do because the stove is so long. And so I've got stuff in there, but get that lit up will work. You should see, yeah, see now it's starting to heat up. So the smoke's going to go out the vent. Now you got to also, the most important thing is to make sure the damper is open, which it is. I'm not going to show you, but I'll show you later. There's a damper on the stove. It goes vertical means open, and horizontal means closed. And it is open, so I know that. Now I got to stop this from falling out of the thing and starting the place on fire. Don't fall out. Not too much on the floor anyway. This thing won't even shut off right. Houston, we have ignition. Ignition sequence started. Are we doing okay? Yeah. No fires inside. Should have a fire extinguisher here, and I don't have a good one. I have one over at the trailer. They're little canister ones. I think I showed them to you, but I'll get one over here. I have a big one, but I don't know if it works. It's so old. It's an antique. It's not been serviced or maintenance or anything. Looks like we had a visitor. Correct that. Looks like we have a trespasser. Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. It's a rat trap, but sometimes it'll take mice. Mouse can get all the way in there, though. Oh, look at that. He went in backwards. That is funny. I gotta get a picture of that. That's sweet. Sweet. See, he must have been a fat mouse. It's not quite fat enough to trip it when he went in, but he was heading back out when it closed. Say hello to Mr. Mousy. Smile for posterity. That's so cool. Hilarious. He got his tail sticking out so I can grab it and put him in the stove. Where's my glove? Fell down somewhere to go. Fell down and boom. My glove falls down into a boom. Got another way. We'll give him a funeral pyre. That's about mashed him flat. Pulled his ass right up. I think his spine's broken. Oh, that was a baby mouse. Amazing no wonder it took so long. He's a little baby mouse. We're going to give him a funeral pyre. But the funeral pyre came out and it's lighting everything. Oh, shit. I don't want that to happen. I wish I had my glove right now. Oh, crap. Come on. You can do this. In the dustpan. No big deal, but a little bit of smoke. A couple chunks of wood fell out burning. Nothing light up though. Something there should be. You got to keep your front of the fireplace clear. Don't have anything in there that's combustible, flammable, whatever. Don't have any gasoline, so I don't have any oil sitting there. Don't have any wood that's easy to light up sitting there, and I don't. But there's a twig fell and it's already turned to coal, so it's burning, just smoking off a little bit, no big deal. That's one of the things don't do. I see this wire thing, I could put it there. That would be cool. If I could attach it there with some clips, I could. Make myself This is a piece of stainless steel wire that I had inside of it, and I decided to clean up my mess inside the stove. I had about 7 layers of grating and wire, and last time I had it lit up last year, let's see, when I had it lit up in here, when I first put this in the rig, and I put in a piece of stainless steel screen in there, and the thing would, I burned it like, I usually clean it out about every day, every other day, every third day maximum. You got to clean the ashes out. After like 3 weeks of burning, there were no ashes in it to speak of. The screen was pretty well plugged up, and I'll show you that in another video, but I have a very fine mesh stainless steel screen which does not allow for a lot of penetration of anything. So anyway, this screen here and this is stainless, so you can't tell it, but it'll last forever in there. If I could put that right there, it would catch stuff coming out. I could throw it back in, so I could put a piece of oak there to hold it. Oop, here, there you go. See, improvise, adapt, and overcome. There's a stainless steel mesh screen for making French fries. Put that down here. It might be just tall enough to hold this thing in place. And if it isn't, I can make it work. I can put a piece of wood on it because it won't make any difference if it's wood, combustible or not. I can put a book here for crying out loud. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'll put this here, and then how much do I have to have above that? About a good 4 inches or so. So you're going to watch me improvise here. This is stainless steel. That basket, that French fry basket is stainless steel. And I'm going to find something to fit in between this and that. I have a bunch of fire brick outside, which would work fine. 2 pieces of fire brick. I'm going to go out and get 2 pieces of fire brick. Hang on. Hold. Don't go away, Nick. Y'all come back now, you hear? I had my questions about the fire working, but it did. That was an upside down top-lit updraft fire. Definitely the way to go. I'm put my rat trap back down here. But that's pretty amazing that little tiny little mouse tripped that thing, because that's a rat trap. It's not a mouse trap. I have mouse traps in here, but he decided to hit the rat trap instead. Really dumb of him. That's why he got folded down. This thing is really powerful. This thing's strong enough to catch rats, and he was just a little bitty mouse, and somehow he managed to trip it. I don't know how, but he did. And he paid the price for stupidity. He paid the price for not being smarter than me. Okay, so bungee belts. I'd get tons of these. These are great for lots of things. I'm going to go outside and get something. What was I going out to get? 2 fire brick? 2 fire bricks, I think, will do it. Yeah. Maybe 4 fire bricks will make it real stable. I'll be right back. Hang on. Don't go away now. I'll find my other glove. Where's my other glove? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta count. I gotta talk. Stand up. The stool is really short. Or have an assist of some kind. Okay. What did I do with my glove? Where is my glovey? Where is my glovey? That mouse could have used a little mouse trap. He would have been just fine. He would just gotten. He might have taken all the dye, but that big one, I think, he had a broken spine in about several places. I don't know what to do with my glove. How can I put it inside? For fire. I'm just kidding. I didn't. Left it somewhere. Okay. Backing on that again. I'm going to get something. Yeah. Fire brick. Hang on. Don't go away. fire brick, and I don't see my glove yet. I couldn't have put it inside. I don't think it's down in the leaves, but it might be. I've got a bucket of leaves sitting here. It might be in there. Oh man, carry 3 fire bricks for me now. Oh man, that's not possible. Get them off, get them off, get them off. I barely got them. Oh, sheesh. I'm so much weaker than I used to be. Like, hello, what do you expect? Oh man, my age. Jeez. I worked at bricklaying, and I was a hod carrier. I was supposedly. I could carry 4-inch concrete blocks at once, 2 in one hand, 2 in the other, and 2 8. Those are 4-inch blocks and 2 8-inch blocks. So looks like I'm gonna need 4 of these. I'll make it pretty. Always be pretty as you can. Beauty is a wonderful thing. Nature's beautiful. Trees are beautiful, flowers are beautiful, women are beautiful. And the woman and man's beautiful. So try to make things as attractive as possible. Go a lot farther. Here where we're at, Bill, he's a man's man, let me tell you. He's homesteaded in Alaska at 50 below zero. They're putting the finishing touches on the cabin. He's doing the roof at 50 below zero in a sideways blizzard with a Coleman lantern on the roof, nailing with a hammer and nails, nailing, what was it, tar paper and something down up there. Oh, putting the roof on the slats, the tongue and groove slats, the roofing, and then tar paper on that with a sideways wind at 50 below zero. Tell me that ain't badass. That's badass, baby. Let me get a drink of coffee here. Better retitle this fireside chats, huh? What do you think? Okay, so because it's fun watching the fire and talking and stuff and hell and fellowship. I'm not looking to make comments. If you have questions, ask them. Make comments. Don't ever set a butane can that's explosive on top of a wood stove. Don't put any gasoline near the wood stove. Don't put kerosene. Don't put anything near the wood stove that's combustible, except for the firewood that you want to dry to put in it later. The first night I spent in here all night long, I spent about 5 hours with wood on the top of the stove cooking it off. So I'd have enough wood to get through the night. I kid you not, about 5 or 6 hours, maybe 8 hours, I think. I don't remember. But that was so I'd have enough wood to stay warm to sleep for a few hours. I slept about 4 hours that night. So what I have there is I got fire brick on the stove. I learned that lesson too. Another lesson I got fire brick and the wood's on top of that. That time I had wood directly on the stove and it started smoking, and it wasn't gonna. No way could it light up because it was wet, damp. Well, it was green wood basically, right off the tree. You know. So guys are out here clear cutting and logging. You know, to do firewood, and it was wood right off the stack of the firewood, which we had permission to do, no problem. And we wouldn't have survived here without that winter. My son was having the pasture clear cut, the 4-inch clear cut to make pasture for cattle, which is still a mess. There's still a bunch of work to do out there. Oh my, hear that? That's cool. That sound is wonderful. If you can hear that, I don't know. So let me show you what I just did. This is really good. I got a French fry basket from a restaurant that somebody bought somewhere, scrap metal. And I got 2 fire bricks and 2 more fire bricks cross-tied, and then a stainless steel screen on top of that. So any wood that falls out like it did earlier will fall on that screen, and I can pick it up easier. I can just pick the screen up and pitch it back in. Like right now, I'm going to show you what's down here. I can do it without burning myself. If I had pliers, it would help, but I'm not gonna. So that's down there smoldering. It's dry, so it'll probably smolder out, but I don't need external fire sources out here. The floor is pretty good. I'd like to do something to it, put something on it that's more fire resistant, but basically the trailer's in pretty good shape. Now if I close that damper above, a little bit of smoke coming out. If I close it, the smoke will come out the door. And see, that's too much smoke coming out in here. I don't really care. I got the window open and the doors are open, so not that big of a deal. I like a fire, and I like the smell of fire. I like the smell of fire smoke from fire, so it's not bothering me. I'd like to know where my glove went, though. I hope I didn't throw it. I don't think I threw it inside. I don't think I could have thrown it inside. I don't think I could have. I think I would have noticed. I was messing with fire brick. It's not in the bucket. I see it. Where's my thingy butter? It's a really cool poker. Somebody made it. I thought my son did it. No, he said no. That's a piece off of a cattle panel. So it's a little, you know, thing for messing with fire with. And I love it. I did more with that thing in here than Carter has liver pills. More versatile and useful than anything. And then I got a kingpin. So I found this at a thrift store or something, but it's I didn't know what it was. It's for pulling the kingpin on the semi. Truckers will recognize it. That's my other fire poker. What you don't want to do is set, just casually set something on top of stuff and then reach over and grab it later, because you might burn yourself. Not that I ever did that myself. Not that I ever been dumb enough to do that. Done that myself, but I did one time, fairly recently too. So at the start of the year, I got to remember that. So that's a lesson, a pain lesson learned. Oh, ouch, that's hot. Put something on the stove. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Like the fire breaker is gonna get hot, and that's gonna cook off my wood without igniting it. It's steaming a little bit. I don't have any lighting in here at all, so I don't know how long I'm gonna do this. Yeah, that fire worked really good. I had a grocery bag stuffed full of leaves, dry leaves. That's all that was, and I put a few more in at the front. So once it got going, it worked really well. I'm actually getting hot sitting here. But let me show you what I got up here. I'll look at the comments here in a minute. I'm going to close the door because with the phone sitting there, it's getting hot. I don't want my phone to get hot. So I bought stainless steel pipe from Amish, and they're a great source for it. And if anybody wants stainless steel pipe, you should let me know, because this is heavy gauge pipe. It's not the stuff. It's not even it's heavier than the stainless steel stuff that you normally buy. If you're going to put in a stove, use stainless steel. This took me 20 years. Kansas we had stovepipe rot out from water and creosote and stuff at the elbow, where it goes vertical from horizontal to vertical. It just rots it out, and I've had it happen here 2 or 3 times out in the greenhouse. Get stainless steel. Stainless steel is forever. You'll pay a little bit more for it, maybe a lot more for it. Even if it was 10 times as much as regular pipe, and it isn't. But this Amish guy sells it really cheap, so it's phenomenal stuff. I'd like to get into marketing it, because it's valuable. That will last forever. That stuff will last forever. At least, basically forever. So, got a lot of uses. Last time I was there, I bought as much as I could, as much as I had money for I bought it. So, I'm going to check the comments and see who's on here. Which means I got to get my glasses on. Hold on. Hey, I'm going. My glasses are already out. There they are. Quite a discussion there, you guys, on rats and mice munching them, munching and crunching. How many people on here have seen Never Cry Wolf? Answer that question, guys. If you have not, watch it. Farley Mowat. If you want to learn survival, read Farley Mowat. He's an author that lived in Canada, and phenomenal books. I mean, but in one book, Never Cry Wolf, and there's watch the movie at least. You got to watch the movie. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's about a guy that is commissioned by the government to go up and study wolves and what they eat and why they kill people and stuff, or something like that. I don't know, but found out they were eating mice. So he ate mice to prove that a large carnivore could subsist on mice. And that scene is just absolutely hilarious. He's shishkabogging them, and he's barbecuing them, he's frying them, he's eating them raw, he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff with them. He's a scientist, right? And Martin, don't quite remember his name, but what his name is, but yeah, just it's an awesome movie. The guy that plays in Rambo is in that. Dennis or something like that. The big guy, the big burly guy that plays Rambo's boss or the enemy in Oregon. And the guy is Martin, not Martin Sheen, Charles Martin Sheen, Charles Martin something. I think Charles Martin Sheen, whatever. But it is an awesome movie, good survival movie. Watch it. That one scene of him eating mice, he has to prove. He said they were thinking that the wolves were killing deer, elk, and deer and stuff. Well, the rainbow deer, and they wanted to see what the verifier could confirm or deny that. So he goes up to do the study. And he finds out they're eating mice. They're dancing around eating mice, plunging down, dancing up, shooting up the air, and plunging down on the ground to grab mice. So he proved that a large carnivore could subsist on mice. So he has them in a beaker. He's boiling them in a beaker. He's barbecuing them over fire. He's eating them in a sandwich. He survived. He was fine. So that just reminds me of that. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna eat mice. Sorry, not on my menu. At least not right now. Oh shit, we got a fire going here, people. Speaking of, okay, we're a bit hot. We're going hot. Hold on. I might as well throw those out or throw them in the fire. One of the two. Probably throw them in. Wish I had a tripod here. Dadgummit. You could watch me do this. As it is, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take them out and throw them in the fire. Good place for me, since they're already burning. I was trying to dry the wood, not light it off. It's scorched. That's not burning yet. Well, what happened is, there's some stuff falling off. Now there, see that one there? That's just a few flakes. That's probably what all of it is. It's just smoke. But where there's smoke, there's fire potentially. So I gotta get it off. Oh, there's a piece of bark. A piece of bark fell off. That's cooking off. Or gloves are gonna do something stupid like this too. That should do it. Everything will burn off. Let me show you. Lessons learned. And I've done this a number of times. See, that's pretty cool. Those are gonna burn off. They'll burn away. No big deal. You're getting a stove education 101. Now you hear the fire. It's really sucking, so I need to damp it down. Now you don't hear anything. No roaring, right? What you do is you damp the top damper down a little bit and then the bottom one. Shooting, and that's what I like my poker. Where'd my poker go? Without getting up from here, I can adjust that top. Let me see if you can see that. This is left-handed, so it's not my most coordinated hand, but I should be able to roll that thing around a little bit. That's the upper damper. What I want to do, I know what I had in there. I had a what do you call it? A hanger. I had a hanger set in there, so I could pull it. There we go. See, if you saw that, what I did, I just was able to grab that and pull it. I can roll it back, open it. I think, yeah, that's open. I'm going to pull on it and close it a little bit. I don't want to close it all the way. I just want to neck it down a little bit. I can always use the door. Now I can use the door to do the rest. So if I push 101, if I open that up, the flames will kick up more. And then if I close it down, now at night you close them both down. But you do this one first and then that one, because if you do that one first, then the smoke will come out. I'm just going to close it down because I'm getting pretty warm. My toes aren't quite warmed up, but they're, other than that. You should see the crap I had in the stove. I mean, I finally realized after I didn't run a whole lot last year, but I realized I got too much stuff in there. Number one, when I first did this, put this rig in here, when I put the stovepipe vertical out, I just put this brand new stainless steel stovepipe in this year. But when I first had this in here, I ran this thing for 3 weeks and I didn't have any ashes in the bottom. They were kind of built up on the stainless steel screen that you saw, but not that bad. And so a year ago I put more screens in. Grates. A little piece of diamond mesh grate. That's expanded, called expanded metal. Have that in there. I got a bigger piece that goes the whole length of the stove. I had a little stainless steel piece here, and it was just too much. It's really, I think it's too much. I wasn't burning the wood as efficiently. The ashes were building up or something. Because before, after 3 weeks of burning, I finally cleaned. I hadn't felt need to clean the ashes out. Finally, about for 3 weeks of burning, I took everything out and looked at it, and there was no ashes on the bottom. They were all going up the stack as near as I could tell because of that stainless steel screen. Everything was burning on top of the things burned on top of the stainless steel screen and going up the stack. So that's best I could figure out because there were hardly any ashes below that screen. But this year it was different, you know. So I don't know. So anyway, that's a good lesson learned. Stainless steel screen, buy it. See, it's not quieter now. I don't know if you can hear that. Notice that, but yeah, it's quite a bit quieter. Let me see what we got. Comments. We'll make some comments and answer some stuff. Okay, don't put your glove in front of the dang phone. Let me give you some video. I got something I got to do. My son one time, he was just cleaned a chainsaw and he had a little styrofoam cup with gasoline in it, and he just started to throw it in the fire. And I said, "Don't do that." And he threw it in. He's sitting right in front of it too, and he slammed the door shut. And I see 7 jets of flame come right out of his face. They didn't quite get him, but they came about a foot out, and he was about a foot and a half away. I said, "I told you not to do that." It just wasn't quick enough. I saw he was going to do it, and I said, "Don't do that." Well, he didn't hear quitting. He didn't hear fast enough. I said it fast enough, but he didn't hear. He's already in the process of throwing it. It was so cool. I wish I could have gotten on the video. Just 7 jets of flame came right out of his face, but didn't quite hit him. Would have torched his eyebrows off. I'm sure it got his attention. I don't think he'll ever repeat that. Over on the ranch, the Mormon ranch, a young couple they were renting a basement from another family, and the wife didn't know nothing about nothing. Young girl that didn't know anything about anything. Should have had proper training, but in her upbringing, but she didn't. And she threw a cup of gasoline in the fireplace, burned the whole house down. Very sad, very, very wrong, very bad, but it happened. So, what do I need? I need one of these, and then one of them, and one of them. It's cool to sit around a fire. So theoretically, a friend's going to get here one of these days. He came out to visit me at the farm in Fairgrove when I was there, learning life lessons they don't ever want to repeat. But what's his name? I don't remember. Come on. Why did I talk about him? Came to visit. Who came to visit me in Kansas? Jim. Hi, Jim. He's out in Kansas now. No, not Kansas. In Fairgrove. Jim came to visit me there. I hope they're not listening right now. I hope they never hear this video, because I'm drawing a blank. That's pretty bad. I want to say Cletus, but that's not right. Philly D, Melly. That's pretty bad. You know, my memory's getting sharper in some ways. I remembered a whole bunch of things while I was exercising this morning, but right now I'm tired and whatever. That's my excuse anyway. Okay, so be that way. I gotta stand up and put my seat back. I know one person that came and visited me. That was interesting. That was a life experience. Well, fiddly-dee, Millie. Okay. Sucks, man. Dumb kid, dumb kid, dumb kid. Cletus? No. What's his name? Hey, you guys keep an eye on the fire. I gotta go get something. Call me if it does anything bad. I'm just kidding. Go get my notes, my head together. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. I gotta talk myself to stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I dreamed it was starting this fire earlier. That wood, I can smell it. It's cooking. Yeah, it singed pretty dang good. Be back about 5 minutes. back. Almost. There we go. I smell something burning. Something's burning. Something's falling. Something's falling. Oh! The stool is a little bit low, but it works. Oh, this phone's still up. That's cool. Okay, hang in there. Finish up our story. Whatever story that was. I was trying to remember somebody. I don't remember. Somebody that came to visit me while I was in Fargo with that honey farm. Okay, the guy that's on what do you call that channel? The current name for it was Kingdom something, was something else, and then changed something else. And somebody's always changing their name to hide their identity. That's a concern. Who are they running from? Anyway, what is it now? Kingdom something. He helped me get out of there. For that I'm very grateful. He helped me get away from the funny farm. Trying to remember who in the world I'm trying to remember and why. Okay, not remembering. I should damp that down. This poker's good as my dampener. On one of these stoves in Kansas, I actually took tape that you seal the door with, asbestos tape, and put it on there, and it I made the door airtight, so it was really cool. I could dampen that thing down for a long time. I started firing it the last 2 years. I started firing it one time. I never started another fire. There's always cold. Even one time we were gone for 3 days. A couple of times, I think 3 days. Came back, started to fire from the coals in it. This one's been beat up a little bit, overheated a little bit on the top, but it's still good. I'll be able to get I want to get the water tanks put on because they really increase the heat retention. Water is 5 times better than anything else in existence for absorbing, storing, and radiating heat. So 2 5-gallon tanks on both sides of this are phenomenal for storing heat and for retaining the heat in the fire. I appreciate everybody that's helped me over the years. I do appreciate Shannon. Thank you. Of course, I paid him back at Road to Florida to save his ass. He's still around down in Arkansas. I probably would meet him if I go down to get over to the, no, he's still in Missouri. He's in Missouri now. And I'll remember the name of the channel eventually, but at the moment I'm drawing a blank. Sorry. Put in the comments if you're listening. But I want to get to the meetup over in Houston County, Texas County. Yeah. We have a meeting at, I was going to try to get to it the weekend that everything was blown up here. Didn't make it. Probably a good thing. I'll read the comments in a minute. Give me a couple more minutes. Look at the comments and make some more comments. I'll read your comments and comment them. Well, that wood on top is really cooked off. It's almost black. First night here, I had a log cabin of wood right on the stove. Cook off. I had to constantly take it off because the bottom piece were getting they're smoldering. Anyway, I had a Lincoln log thing going of firewood to put dry it out, cure it enough, rapidly cure it so I could put it in the fire and then stay burning because it was green wood right out of the woods. My son had this place clear cut, and he got a lot of money for that. But sheesh. And he had a friend of ours was processing a big, huge mountain of wood. It was like 40 feet wide, and treetops basically. 40 feet wide, about 30, 40 feet long, all that big, huge stack of them. And he processed all that into firewood and sold it. You didn't have to pay anything, it was free, He was just cleaning up the mess. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of memories there, anyway. That first night I had a Lincoln log stack of wood on here, and the bottom one constantly start smoldering and smoking, so I'd have to tear the thing down, rebuild it, and put the two burning pieces inside. I think I did that about 4 or 5 hours before I had enough wood to go to sleep for about 4 hours. Wood has I just have my moisture meter. I'll find my moisture meter. I'd like to test this wood before I put it on top here and then after. Moisture meter has two real sharp pins on it, and they poke them into the wood and it tells you what the moisture content is. It should be down to about 11-15%. Well, that wood was really, really green. It was green wood right off the tree, and I had to cook it off. It wouldn't burn, too green. You can put it in, but you're going to just screw up your pipe. Fill your pipe with creosote. There's no sense in it. My phone just dingled for low battery, so I'm going to shut this one down pretty quick. So I'm going to read the comments, try to make some comments before it goes dead. I was at about 4 o'clock in the morning, finally able to get enough wood inside the stove to keep me warm for the night because it was really cold that night. So I was curing the wood, rapidly curing it like I am now on the top of the stove. If I had the moisture meter over here, I could stick it in the wood and it would tell you the moisture content. And there's a chart for green wood, different poplar, pine, oak, hickory, all that. I gotta open the stack so I can put the wood in without smoking the inside out. Come on. You can do this. Push. Okay. The damper is open. That's vertical is open. If you can see that, let me see. You can see that little above the stainless steel pipe sitting there. I'm going to lower that a little bit. The stainless steel pipe, I'm going to put that in eventually. That means I got to punch holes in it for the damper. I don't want to do it so I can do that. I don't want to change it until I can punch holes in that accurately so the damper actually works. I'm going to open this and it'll start. I'm going to first open the damper. That lets some oxygen get to it and it'll start smoking up the stack instead of out the door. Should be able to hear it a little bit. I gotta put my gloves on. handle the wood because it's going to be hot. Lesson learned, don't repeat it. My phone's going to get hot sitting there, so that's not good. Back off a little bit, maybe. See, that one's pretty well singed. Okay, now I'll show you what I got up top there. I got a fire brick up there to put the wood on, keep it off the stove, and it still got hot enough to start smoldering, so my phone's getting hot too from being so close to it. Okay, I'm going to read the comments if I can find my glasses. Which are on my string around my neck. And if it goes dead, that's why, because the battery's got dead. I have an alternate battery. I should have brought it. Did I bring it? I think I did, as a matter of fact. I do. I have got it. Let me plug that in, dang it. Just start off with that. Okay. Cord. In my pocket. Got it. Patriot. Come on. USB. And into the phone. It should. Oh, come on. Yep. Now we're running. Whew. Okay, let's go to the live chat. Okay. Hi, Mary. How you doing? Cooking rice are nice and rats. Yeah, I'm not talking about cooking them. Did somebody talk about cooking them? Yeah, they did. I'm sorry. German roof bat is flying mouse. You know. Hey, some of these guys are survivalists, quote unquote. You know. See, some of these people are military, so they've learned to, you know, survive. Okay, I'm gonna go to the top. Zapton Kaboom. He's always the first one on. Hey, guy, how you doing? Simply Jan. Hi, hi, Jan. How you doing? Zapton Kaboom. I had a book that showed how to cook and eat rats and mice. Yep, I know. Mouse's red meat. It can be boiled, broiled, or charbroiled, then eat. Yeah. And like I said, the movie not Dances with Wolves. No, Charles Martin Smith. Never Cry Wolf. Watch the movie Never Cry Wolf for some good survival training. He was cooking, broiling, just like he said there. He did everything. He was boiling them in a beaker, boiling them, and he was barbecuing them. He was shish kebabbing them, everything. Had a book that showed how to cook, eat rats, mice. Yep. That mouse's red meat, it can be boiled. That one didn't have any meat on it at all whatsoever. At all. I mean, it was a little baby mouse basically. So no. Had a warning about hantavirus. Yeah, and that's hantavirus is usually in the warm weather. You don't want to do it. You don't want to eat stuff like that in warm weather because that's when they carry it. Towards further than gut. Yep. Hey Ray, how you doing? Now, people, you got to understand. that some of these people are military and they've eaten these things, bats and rats and stuff. Watch the movie First Blood, Rambo. Got a lot of survival stuff in there. I wouldn't eat city mice. City mice probably have more disease due to human filth and, yeah, all the waste in the water, toxins and stuff in the city. Inside outsider. Hi, inside outsider. Fire quickly. You gotta respect. Yeah, you can respect it or get burned by it. You can either learn or burn. Learn or burn. Charles Martin Smith. Yeah, sneaking. Yeah, I know. I got it. Mice ain't kosher. Who's that? I know they're not kosher. Nobody said they were. It's the difference between living or dying. You know, survival training, guys. So, some of these people are military and um, they've done survival training. They've eaten snakes and stuff. Squirrels are the pigs ain't kosher. Yeah, none of them are kosher. Squirrels are just tree rats, right? Pigs and rabbits are a lot closer to the line than rodents. Bats are flying rats. During jungle surrounding training in the Philippines Island, we were taught to hunt them by whipping them with about 3 thorny vines. Hello, Asali. The German word for bat is flying mouse. Yeah. Okay, Mary, what happened was I had a mouse trap in here and had a little baby mouse in it. It was a rat trap, but somehow or another he managed to trip it. It just folded him in half. Go back and watch the video earlier. I think I showed it. He was like squished in. He was vertical. So the subject of eating mice came up. Okay. Terry Bell. Hello, Terry Bell. Fire extinguisher so close to the fire. The fire extinguisher can't blow up because it's probably got baking soda in it. No big deal. Dad was Marine. Adapt or die. Yeah. Adapt. No, adapt and overcome. What is that? Yep. You either adapt and overcome or not. Yeah, it's just a lot of lessons here. I'm just dealing with the fire here and the fact that I had to cook the wood off. So cooking the wood off on top of it gets it ready to put inside, which I did. Now listen to. I'm going to open it up here. I've got the upper damper closed down now, and the phone's got a connected to a power source, so it won't go out on us. So you got something to look at better. More fun to look at that than the stove thing. That's the subject of Mary. That's why they're talking about rats and bats, snakes and stuff. When you're in the jungle and there's nothing to eat, you eat what's there. I hate to tell you, but a lot of people, um, a lot of patriots may think it's funny to talk about eating people, and that's not kosher either. But during the Argentina collapse in 2001, you did not let children go outside because their dogs and cats disappeared, and then if you let your children out to play, they would get captured and eaten. When people are starving, they eat anything. Kind of survival training. That's what they're talking about, jungle survival training. Eating bats and rats and stuff. Not fun. Or snakes, you know. A lot of people on here are military and they've done it, you know. Been there, done that type thing. So, but it all started with the fact that there's a mouse in a trap here, so I chucked him in the fire to cook him. It was just a baby mouse. It wasn't. There would not have been enough meat on that to feed another mouse, even. No big deal, but that's why the subject of eating things that normally you wouldn't eat, non-kosher stuff. That's why it came up. So you see that damper has 7 holes in it. It's really awesome. When we were in Kansas, I started a fire the first year, the next to last year they were there, and the last year we were there. It never went out all winter long. I started one fire both years. 2 years, 2 fires. That's it. Somebody tell me what time it is, could you? Somebody brought the Donner Party up. Cannibalism. Zapped Kaboom. Hey there, buddy. Um, 7:48. Really? That late, huh? That's interesting. Somebody pulled up in diesel. I gotta see who it is. Hang on. I gotta go. My son pulled up with a. He's gonna help me fix my bed, so I gotta shut this one down. I can open the thing and let you watch the fire, but oh, what happened? There we go. Alrighty. So, yeah, we'll maybe I'll get on later. I'm gonna start reading books. So. Donner Party, yeah. Dave?
Needs to be done. Is that in here or the other one?
Over there.
Huh?
It's over there, but come on in. Can you sit down there?
Hmm?
You can sit there. I'm going to shut this down pretty quick. Have a seat there. So what's Dave doing?
He's working today.
Shit. Damn it. Dang it. Sucks. What are you doing?
Did some kind of stuff for Ian.
Oh. Did you get anybody to help me?
With a couple of things, yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. Let me shut this down. I gotta go. My son's going to help me get my bed put back together. See ya. I'll check in later. Bye-bye. What do I do? Come on.